hope everybody's enjoying a wonderful day with family, with friends, or you're enjoying it at home as I am, watching all of the parades, the games. Oh my gosh, Canada. Canada, can we talk about Canada? Canada broke my heart today. I'm sure many Americans can understand, and because we love our Canadian neighbor. We root for you guys. We root for you guys, although you guys seem to be very hostile towards us, but we still love you, Canada. I'm sorry that today just didn't work out. Anyway, that's not why I'm here today. I am here today because I was doing some, what's it called, decluttering this morning. And I found this beautiful bracelet. This is one of the first pieces that I finished. And back then I used to finish something and quickly give it away because I was so excited at what I had created. And I was just so enthusiastic about the product, like the art form of beading. You take so much time and attention to the piece and then you're just like, everybody's gonna love it. Not everybody loves it, no. No, not everybody loves it, and as always happens, I am so overzealous, so much more excited than everybody else around me that I think I overwhelm. I know, I'm a lot. I know I'm a lot, okay? Don't know that I don't know. But I found it and I was like, I need to talk about this because how far I've come. I don't know if I can do like a little close-up here. Here is the product, and oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. That is so cute. It is so beautiful. I want to go over the things that I love about it and what happened from here, because a lot has happened since this piece was made, and I think it's a great way of reintroducing myself because it's been a very, very long time, and that's why I've chosen to do a live stream instead of a story. I used to do stories all the time, but stories, there would just be way too many stories and I would just be so annoyed by the end because I blab on a lot, and this is just more of a live stream type of situation. And if you're not here, you're watching the replay, because yes, there will be a little bit of a more condensed version of this live stream through some minor edits. I will post it afterwards, but I just wanted to reintroduce myself because it's been a very long time and I want to tell you where I've been. I have been over on the account Hermosa Cultura, Beautiful Culture, where I have undertaken the amazing project that has been on my heart and mind since before 2020. I started it in 2020, but it just never came to fruition, and that is to reformat Aiden Herrera's book, Frida, a biography of Frida Kahlo, into video format in some way. I want to have it for myself because I love learning through audio, through print, through videos as well. I am just a very slow learner, and sometimes the more that I can consume, the more that I can see it and feel it, the easier I hold the information, you know? And I wanted it for myself and just to have it out in the world so that if anybody is ever curious about the beautiful woman that was Frida Kahlo, who was, yes, an adulteress and a communist, as somebody left in one of my comments. I recently did a live stream yesterday, by the way. Yesterday I did a live stream talking about that comment because the comment ended with, why the obsession? So I answered that question. So if you're interested in watching and learning more about Frida, watching me talk about Frida, and learning alongside me. Sorry, oh my gosh, you just saw all of my undercarriage. I am so sorry, I just lost my bracelet. Yes, I have a lot of things going on over here. This is my studio. As most studios go, we have a mess everywhere. And this studio is no different. And that is Lily, and you will probably hear Joey soon. Anyway, they are just doing their job, so we're not gonna keep them from their job. So I have been working on that project over there, and working on that project I thought would be a little less time intensive because I have edited and produced videos in the past, but I have found that it's not like riding a bike. You don't just get up and go. You have to, you know, take it step by step, and I don't even know that back when I was doing consistent YouTube uploads, I was a real expert at it. I wasn't. I was more of a, hi Joyce. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look at the chat after I finish. Anyway, I was producing the videos and I was learning as I went, and I never really got the gist of what it was to do it quickly and efficiently. And that's what I'm working on. That's what I've been working on. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm not complaining. I'm learning. I'm loving it. And it's a good deal of fun. It is. Although when you are the only one working, as most small business owners tend to start off doing, it's really hard to really take in all of the steps and do all the steps properly, effectively, efficiently. And you just do what you can when you can, you know? And today I can sit down and talk to you guys and reintroduce myself. Hi, I am Jessica Gonzalez Gibson. I am the leading lady of Kaleidoscopes and Polka Dots. Leading lady because I just don't like founder. I don't like owner. It's not as elegant as leading lady. So that's why I have given myself that title. However you want to see me, that's how I am. Anyway, so today I just wanted to say I'm sorry, but I haven't been altogether gone. It's just that posting on Instagram hasn't been a priority. Sending newsletters has been more of a priority. So if you want to stay on top of what is going on with Kaleidoscopes and Polka Dots, do sign up for my newsletter. My newsletter is pinned to the top of my account, and I have been posting frequently, although not consistently, to Hermosa Cultura through shorts and over on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's a mouthful to say all of it, because it is a mouthful. I have been just all over the place, and it's been wonderful, but it's also a lot. So I can't be too hard on myself for not being here. So this piece is where it started. This piece, off the bat, I don't know if I already mentioned this. I found it while decluttering this morning, and it just took me back to the start, because I hadn't even started selling jewelry when I made this piece. And I learned a lot from this piece. One, and I mean, I have learned a lot since creating this piece, is what I wanted to say. So one is that I would never presently mix like this elegant seed bead mix with this natural gemstone. This natural gemstone, oh, by the way, I'm not selling this. I'm just sharing with you the genesis of Kaleidoscopes and Polka Dots, or the genesis of how I came to create jewelry, and the decision making behind why I am now focusing mostly on earrings. So I would never mix this seed bead mix with these natural gemstones, because natural gemstones are just so beautiful and perfect and stand out on their own without any added glitz or glam. And that's what I was hoping to add to the natural gemstones when I created this. And I don't know why, because even then I thought the natural gemstones on their own stand out so beautifully. But what if they become even more beautiful when I add some glam with the seed bead mix? So that's something that I would never do presently. But I still love that I did it. And by the way, this took me a very long time. And by a very long time, I want to say it was like a whole weekend. And that just was not feasible, especially when you consider that at that point I was still considering what to sell as far as jewelry. Because back then I was doing bookmarks, beaded bookmarks, and I love my beaded bookmarks, but I just fell in love with beading and the delicate framework of beading. So I started focusing on all the other stuff that you can do with beads. That's one of the things that I noticed out of first seeing this. And it's just so cute how my head thought back then and what I think now. It's awesome. So okay, small business owners often talk about, and you'll read a lot about it, there's nothing like handmade. The detail, the attention to detail, the things, the decisions, the process. It's a process. There's so much intention behind each and every facet of the product that a consumer will never understand, will never know if done properly. And most of the time it is, of course, because the small business owner knows better than anybody what they did to produce the product, you know, all of the decisions, all of the pain and heartache that went into procuring the raw material, because oftentimes that can be painful, and then actually creating the pieces. So that is something that I just want to share with you with regard to this piece, even though I'm not going to sell it. So one of the details that I noticed right off the bat is that while it was a seed bead mix, I was very intentional about the pattern that I followed as I created it. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is a definite pattern that is like, I don't know, should I step away? Should I step away? I don't know. Can you see? I don't know. Hopefully you can. That added to the time-intensive nature of this piece. And when I finished it, I was like, there's no way I can produce, and generally I produce about 5 of them. I can produce 5 of these and sell them at an affordable price, because affordability is constantly on my mind. I don't know about other business owners, but I want to make my pieces as affordable, as attainable. I want to distribute them to as many people as possible, but I also need to pay the bills. So how do I pay the bills and also make them accessible? I was like, no, let's move on to a different project. And that's where that design left, and I have dropped it again, and I don't want to pick it up because I don't want to show off the background, because oh my gosh, there is a lot of messiness going on and it's just embarrassing. Anyway, so that is the story behind that piece. Back then I used to finish a piece and quickly just give it away, and I'm sorry if you were one of those people who just, you know, hummed and nodded and was like, you know, like when your kid gives you what they believe to be the most beautiful portrait, the most beautiful piece of art, the whatever, and they just show up and they're just so excited, and you're like, yes, I love it, and you're more in love with their reaction than you are with the product. That's kind of how I think that most of the people who received those pieces reacted. You know, they were just like, Jessica, this is so fun. This is so beautiful. I love that you're doing this. I'm sorry. I get very excited sometimes. I'm trying to calm it down so that the audio isn't so weird, because I know it will be. So I just wanted to share that story because I thought it was fun and apropos on Independence Day, when we are celebrating only 250 years of independence. That is like nothing compared to the rest of the world. We are like infants. It's amazing that we've gotten here and that we have such a place in the world. I hope you guys are really honoring and celebrating this day with love and with intention, and I don't expect many people to be here to see this in real time, but I'm so grateful for everybody that has. Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I will try to be more intentional and show up more frequently here. If not in lives, maybe in stories. I don't know when I'll do another live. Oh, and before I forget, I am hosting a sale. It ends tomorrow. No code necessary. 25% off any order. And yeah, there's no limits or minimums. And that's it. That's all I wanted to share. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.